We are live. We are back on the studio. We are live. Myself and my sister, Krista Girl. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be watching us from. We are back again. Sorry, yesterday we didn't manage to come on live because we had other issues. So we are back on today. And before we get to our topic for today, I'll introduce myself. My name is Sitabile Osita. I'm a mom, I'm a nun as well. I live here in the UK, originally from Zimbabwe, Bulawayo. I grew up in Lower Gwelo to be precise, but now I am here in the UK and I'm also a proud digital business owner. When you see us showcasing here, we are all about our business. We are not just coming here to showcase our lifestyle or that we are somewhere there. Our reason for coming here is mainly about the business opportunity that we want to share with our own people, like Africans in diaspora and in other countries where they feel they can afford to run a business. So our topic for today, it says, why do you think so many women wait until they feel ready? That is a grand question because a lot of us, as we are women here, sometimes we delay. We delay in succeeding in life because we've got a lot of things that hold us back. Sometimes we just racing around being a mom and bringing up children, and you think that to put things on hold, there will be time that is the right time to do something. Whereas we don't realize that sometimes things grow together. You can be a mom and also grow your business alongside playing that role as a mom. And we always think that we just need to be at work. I need to just run my work and being a mom, and that's it. Not realizing that also we can also start a business alongside our careers or alongside our jobs, because that is the best time for us to do so, because you've got something that is also already giving you an income. That income you can use to build your business. But a lot of us keep putting things back, putting them on the banner, not doing them because we wait for the right time. But that right time, it never comes. And sometimes we end up missing opportunities. Sometimes it's because we are so comfortable in what we are doing. When we are so comfortable in running our jobs, we know what we are doing at our work, and starting a business is something new. What about if it doesn't work? And what about if it fails? What will other people say? We worry too much about other people, community, and what about it fails? The only thing that we do not ask ourselves, what about if it works? We always forget to ask that question because it's either or, something will work or it doesn't work. But if you have not tried, how will you know where we would go with that business? So that is the question for us today. Why women wait until they are ready? That readiness will never come. And sometimes it will come when a lot of things have gone past, when you have lost opportunities, when the time that you had and a good time that you had, you didn't utilize it and you didn't realize. And sometimes we come to a situation, then we start running around thinking, I need to look for something, I need to look for something. So that we need to shift. We need to shift that mindset as women. I know as women, we carry everything in the house. We carry the house over our shoulders. We are the one that takes all the bad news or all the situations. Even if the children want something, they come to mom. And mom, sometimes it's very difficult to make that huge decision to invest when you know that, yay, money is required for other things. What about emergency? We always think of emergency. I need to have something there on the side, not realizing that building a business is something that will back you up, something that will keep you going, and something that will protect you even when emergencies come. So if you're a woman out there, ask yourself that question: why do women keep holding back and keep saying they will do something later, doing something later, instead of just taking that bold steps and take action and do something that your old self later on will say, wow, I made a grand decision to do what I did. Before I take all the time, I will ask this Krista girl to share. Then we can wrap it up and share with you what we've summarized. Sis Chris?
Thank you so much, Sister. My name is Christigel Zanele Makubalo. I come from Lower Guelo. I always, I love to say that. I love where I come from. All the Lower Guelo people who are here watching us, I greet you all. And I have three. I'm a mother of three boys, and I'm also a nurse by profession. I moved from Zimbabwe into this country about 7-8 years ago for greener pastures. Today's topic is quite interesting. Why do so many women wait until they feel ready? Yeah, every woman wants to be ready before they start something new. That's how we are. But then, we forget that, things happen, emergencies, they can come, anything can happen in life, and you start regretting. So I will talk about myself. This topic, most of our topics that come, they resonate with me so much. So I'll talk about myself. When I started this business, before I started, I was so overwhelmed. I worked back to back. I had so many things. Financially, I was broke because, I had to pay the immigration finances after 5 years. Is quite a lot of money. So after paying the immigration finances, one of my siblings became unwell and needed a surgery back home. So, as a breadwinner as well, I had to assist, I had to help, but I had no money to help my brother to have that operation done. I had to go deeper into debt. I remained in debt for so long, so I had to work back to back, trying to relieve myself so that I'll be able to pay bills here as well, because we also have a life here, which is so expensive. Things have changed, after COVID everywhere, things started changing and life is so expensive. So, yeah, I was so desperate for a change. Initially, I thought I would do these formal businesses back home in Zimbabwe. I would do something, I would buy houses, I would do this, but I was still waiting because the money never came. It won't come because I thought I would buy so many houses back home and then I will have all my projects running and all, but it never happened because I never managed to have all that money. So I was never ready. And I started looking for something to do, but not because I wanted that thing or not because I was ready. I wasn't ready still because I felt I had no money. I needed to have my leave to remain first, and then once I get my citizenship, things will be okay. But even if you get the citizenship, things will still be the same. As long as you do not change, things will still be the same. You will never be ready. I have 1 or 2 years post citizenship, but then things are still the same. They don't change. If you don't do anything yourself, things will never change. So I joined this business after a situation had happened. So many women, they think that it's better to feel ready because they want to go into it with their all. They want to feel ready to do everything, but no one has been ready for a business. Most of the times, if you want to be ready for a business, it's all the formal businesses, but these online businesses, You hear about it, it's either you take it or you leave it. And if you think, oh, I may not manage, probably it won't work. Most of the people are scared of the business not working like I did. I was so skeptical as well. I was scared of being, to be scammed online, because I thought, oh, maybe this could be scammers. But when I saw people even from my country jumping into it, I was like, at least the people from my country speak the same language, and then I can hear everything in Shona or in Ndebele and let them explain. I would think, oh, someone from Zimbabwe cannot come and scam me in the UK. Of course, it's possible you can be scammed if you do not do your due diligence. But here I am now. I'm so happy I started this business. I wasn't ready, but I started anyway. You will never be ready, but you have to start from somewhere, because I waited for situation to happen for me to be pushed to start. So when you are pushed to start, you will be further into debt because you won't have even the capital to start with. I didn't have the capital to start with, because there's no business that you can start for free. So I had to look around as well and to start. So at least if you do it, while at least things are okay, it will be better for you, because you will be able to raise your capital without pressure, not because you are pushed by the circumstances. And I realized that some women, they wait until, they get divorced. Most of the times we're comfortable in our marriages. We see the red flags coming, but we remain comfortable thinking, oh, he won't go anywhere. She or he will be here, will be living together, will be sharing the bills as usual. But one day this man or this woman will pack their bags and go. And what will you do with the children? What will you do with the bills? And you are going to be paying double the bills. So once you start running around after that, it will be difficult, because the bills will be calling you and everything will be, all on you. It will be difficult to start, and you will never start anyway. And the other thing is, when you become unwell yourself, I always we always laughed with my sister back home during the time of COVID that all these breadwinners, they are refusing Gunatela. I don't know what it means, to steam with what did we used to steam with during the time of COVID? With Zumbani. We used to steam with Zumbani, but all the breadwinners were declining to steam with Zumbani. So we're like, how can you be a breadwinner and refuse to steam with the Zumbani? Because we still need you, because you'll be the only one. So we need to preserve you as much as possible. So we shouldn't wait for us to be unwell so that we start looking for something, because sometimes accidents happen. Things happen. You can be unwell next thing and you have nowhere to start from. All that money, they can pay you first 3 months, first 6 months, but if you remain at home for a year or more, what's going to replace your finances? So this is what we are talking about. Let's not wait until something happens and then we start looking. We will never start. We will never be ready. But now, as things are okay, let's start doing something for ourselves, something that we can carry, something that cannot be, that you cannot share, something that, that even after the divorce, it may not be shared equally, because this is your own business that will be running, So these are the things that we carry for life. You can leave a legacy for your family. You can leave a legacy for your children. It runs from you to all the children, and to all your great-grandchildren. You can carry it along with you. We cannot leave certificates for our families after we die. We can't do that. And even after, Sita, after retirement, you start thinking, oh, the children are gone now, they have their own life. And then you start thinking, oh, what can I do to raise money? Because I don't have money. My money is no longer enough to look after myself. So it's really a difficult thing. So it's a choice that you need to make right now. when you are still strong, when you are still working, when you are still enjoying that marriage, or when you are still enjoying that work, when you are still, healthy, it's a very good choice to make. However, if circumstances happen and all these things are gone, marriage is gone, and even if the jobs are gone, everything, you can still start as well. Even if you are in a situation, you can still start, because I started whilst I was in a situation and I've never looked back. So this is me now. I'm so grateful I started this business, sister. It's so helpful to start a business, because you know that once I retire, I'll be okay. Even after I pass on, I will leave a legacy for my family. I work alongside my job. It doesn't disturb me. It doesn't disturb anything. I work around my programs. I do, if I want to pick agency shifts, I still go. If I want to clean my house, I still do. Nothing will stop you. This business won't stop you from everything that you do, because you work alongside your program. So this is a very good business to look at. So as women, I would encourage other women to look into it. Thank you so much, sister.
Thank you so much, Sis Krista Girl. Those who've got ears have heard. If you haven't heard, you will never hear anything. Don't wait for the situation to present before you can build something on your side, to build something that will stay with you forever. As you said, these certificates that we have, these jobs that we have, once they end with you. Once that income has stopped, everything stops. But with this business, it's a generational business. You can pass it on. So women out there, our own women, African ladies, just find something now to jack yourself up. Let the situation find you already jacked up, not for the situation to force you to start looking. We've had other women that have said, I've lost my job. Can I do this business? Why do you wait for you to lose the job before you can start something? Start now when you don't feel ready. If you don't feel ready, start it and put it on the shelf. And then when you feel ready, you just pick it up and continue, rather than you saying you start a business when you've got a situation and the money might not even be there. So start while you still got that little money that is coming from your earnings, from your job, rather than waiting for that job to go. Thank you so much, everyone that has been watching us live and that is going to watch us on replay. Thank you. We'll see you again on another live session.
Thank you.